This is 6 ways Spurs can stay ahead of Arsenal. After 22 years of St Tottenham's Day being wildly celebrated by Arsenal fans, Spurs and Poch finally broke the hoodoo and finished above the Gunners. With this shift in power, added to the fact they have run the eventual champions close in the last 2 seasons, this is possibly the most important time in Spurs' recent history, but they cannot afford to stagnate. Arsenal have responded with a statement of intent, splashing £52.7 million on 2 players. And despite having to wait a year until they can move into their shiny new Megadome, Spurs must learn from Arsenal's mistakes and not tread water while the development continues. It's 6 things Spurs must do to continue on their upwards trajectory and cement their status as North London's top dogs. Get to grips with Wembley. It would be just about the most Spurs thing ever to throw away all the good work of the past 2 seasons during their year-long stay at Wembley. Spurs have a dismal record at the stadium in recent years, and teaching his squad to play there must be a priority for Pochettino. One partial explanation for their poor record at the English National Stadium is the huge pitch size, making it more difficult for Spurs to implement their high press. Alternatively, perhaps it's the mental issues that seem to plague the England squad every time they set foot on the Wembley pitch that have spread from the young English players in their contingent. Whether the solution involves a tactical tweak or a kick up the backside for his squad, Pochettino can be trusted to iron out the creases in time for Spurs' first Wembley test of the new campaign, a pre-season friendly against Italian champions Juventus. Smash the wage cap to protect Harry Kane. Despite missing 8 games through injury last season, Harry Kane still managed to score 29 league goals. Kane's backup, a £17 million Vincent Janssen, by comparison managed a measly 2 in the Premier League and can probably be consigned to the list of Premier League flops. Spurs need to sign another top-class striker to not only take the pressure off Harry Kane, but also to ensure there's no drop in standards when the talisman is absent or needs a rest. Celtic's Moussa Dembele is an option, having scored 32 goals in 45 games last season, though he's untested at the highest level. Timo Werner is an exciting prospect who'd add blistering pace, whilst a slightly cheaper option would be Andre Gray, who impressed in his first Premier League season for Burnley. Find the new Kyle Walker. Kyle Walker and Poch are no longer BFFs. They've almost certainly unfollowed each other on all forms of social media, and it seems that Walker will end up moving to Manchester City for a lot of petrodollars. Kieran Trippier ended the season as first choice right back, but replacement for Walker is needed. Spurs may not have to look further than their development squad, as their youngster Kyle Walker-Peters, that's actually his name, won a host of admirers at the Under-20 World Cup this summer. Clearly versatile, having played at left back for England Under-20, his promotion to the senior squad would prove popular for the fans who love homegrown talent. And it's not going to be too much of a challenge to come up with a new chant, and the song basically writes itself. Win something. The best thing Spurs could do to keep the Arsenal following quiet would be to add a piece of silverware. Arsenal have added 3 FA Cups in the last 4 years, while Spurs have remained trophyless since winning the League Cup in 2007-8. They have the experience in the squad to warrant more than they've achieved. Christian Eriksen won 4 consecutive Eredivisie with Ajax, Toby Alderweireld has won both the Eredivisie and La Liga, and Victor Wanyama won 2 Scottish Premier Leagues. These players need to galvanise the Spurs squad. Think of a shark tasting blood, and then imagine what this Spurs squad could achieve once they've tasted victory together. Find a backup centre-half. Spurs had the best defensive record of any team in the Premier League last season, and Toby Alderweireld and Jan Vertonghen are by far the best pairing in England. Spurs struggled when one of the pair were out injured, with their backups Kevin Wimmer and occasionally Eric Dyer inconsistent, and with Wimmer looking to be heading out the door this summer, Spurs could do with adding another strong centre-back to the squad. Alfie Mawson had a strong season with Swansea and impressed at the Under-21 Euros, furthering his reputation as a physical, imposing defender who strolls out of defence like an old-school sweeper. He also chips in with the goals, scoring 4 for Swansea, and he'd undoubtedly improve under the tutelage of Alderweireld and Vertonghen. The key to any move for Mawson is to keep Josh Onomah out of any deal, and here's why. Don't loan out Josh Onomah. On the back of an impressive showing during the Under-20 World Cup, it's clear Josh Onomah is very, very good at football, and the 2017-18 season looks to be a pivotal moment in his young career. First team appearances were few and far between for Onomah last year, but given Pochettino's insistence on keeping youngsters in and around the first team, it seems unlikely the Spurs Academy product will be sent out on loan. Onomah saved his best game of the Under-20 tournament for the final, where he showcased a powerful, cool-headed approach and a quality end product. And in order to continue his development, Pochettino must trust Onomah with more game time this season. Victor Wanyama and Moussa Dembele are machines in the middle of the pitch, but even machines need a rest, and Onomah's career cannot be allowed to stagnate. He need only look to Dele Alli to see what a young English midfielder can accomplish when he takes the chances provided him under Pochettino. This season could be the turning point for Tottenham in the struggle for North London dominance. If they can be clever on the recruiting front and strengthen the vital areas, as well as work out how to play at Wembley, Pochettino and his squad can widen the gap in class between Spurs and Arsenal and become a genuine force when the added revenue of the new stadium kicks in.